Hi, this is Rae-Ellen Sanders with Help Club for Moms. And this week we are studying how to love our husbands. Well, just on Monday, Deb had posted a question asking all of us what was the one thing that we loved the most about our husbands. It was really sweet to read over all these answers. Our men really do love us well. But what I found really interesting was that they all have different qualities. Our husbands are different, and we're different too. Well, this answer was easy for me. I love that my husband loves Jesus first. I love that he seeks the Lord in prayer. I love that he hears from God, and I have trust and confidence that he is leading our family in the way that we should go. Well, just this week, Deb wrote a study called Let Your Man Lead. And in this study, it talked about what do you do when your husband is not leading in the way that you think that he should. Well, the answer is through lots of prayer and perseverance, God can transform our hearts so that he is directing our family to serve him. What I realize is not only that I'm blessed, but that this is an area, it's a battleground of comparison. And we really need to safeguard our marriage from comparison. Comparison is unfruitful. When we look to another marriage for our worth or for our marriage's success, we're going to fail, because the reason is that God made us different on purpose. He's made you different and unique. He's made your husband different and unique. And when he's brought the two of you together as one, he's made a unique team. And God has a call, a different call on your life than he has on someone else's marriage. You know, most of us have children, and guess what? Our children are different too. So our parentings are going to be different. The way that we parent is going to look different than someone else's. This area of comparison and unmet expectations, in my opinion, is one of the largest areas where families and couples argue. It's actually what I call the expectation trap. It's when we expect our husband to know what we're thinking. We expect our husbands to know when we've had a bad day. It's when we expect our husbands to do certain things. Maybe social media tells us that this is what your husband's supposed to do. Well, to counteract all this wrong thinking, we need to be honest with each other. And I encourage you this Valentine's Day, it's actually next week, to sit down with your spouse, get a piece of paper, and start writing down the things that you really love about each other. Write down the things that you love to do together. Write down the things that you enjoy maybe eating together. Maybe it's tangible things like maybe your favorite candy or your favorite perfume. And this Valentine's Day, take an opportunity to check off some of those things to really please your husband. Well, next week I write a study for Help Club for Moms in our Wise Women Loves Bible study that talks about love languages. Have you ever read that book? It's by Gary Chapman, and it's called The 5 Love Languages. And this book really blessed my marriage. Do you know that we all love differently? And sometimes we can be loving someone in the love language that we have, and it's not really effective at loving our spouse. So if you haven't read this book, or if it's time to reread it, I encourage you to put it at the top of your list. For example, my husband loves words of affirmation. It fills his bucket for me to encourage him and to love on him and say, good job, or, that was great, honey, or I really appreciate that when you do that. And those are words that cheer my husband on and make him feel loved and cherished. Well, I like words, but you know what? I wrote in the study that I like acts of kindness and acts of action, I guess, right? So I like when my husband says, oh, you've had a long day. Why don't I run you a bubble bath and I'll take care of the dishes and I'll let you relax. Well, that tells me that I feel loved. He's loving me in my love language. Perhaps it's sometimes bringing home some flowers that I really cherish and love to look at. And that is him showing me love. So if you haven't read that book, I encourage you to do so today. Check off those things that your husband loves about you, and that make sure you're sharing the things that you love about him too, or that you want him to do for you rather. And be realistic. You know what? I would love a live-in housemaid. I would love someone to clean my house every day, but that's a little unrealistic, but for him to give me things that I can do every day or he can do every day, that's what I'm talking about. So encourage your love life, encourage your time in the bedroom, encourage the things that you love the most about each other, and don't compare your marriage. Happy Valentine's Day from Help Club for Moms.